Okay, again, good morning, everybody from AutoMax. This is Sean V. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy and the creator of Automotive Internet Sales. And the purpose of this quick webinar is to kind of walk you through what Automotive Internet Sales is and how to properly use it and how to properly explain it to your dealers, your clients, and your trainees. Okay. I want to make it very clear that this site is very different from some of the other sites that are in the space. For example, I'm going to just take you to a couple quick sites. There's a site called DealerElite.net. A friend of mine has this site, Ralph Paglia. This is a Ning site, but you got to understand these sites. Their main purpose is like an online magazine, which is good. I mean, it's for automotive, information, but that's what it's really for. If we go back to the Automotive Internet Sales site, my main focus was not the public. The main focus was Dealer Synergy clients. I'm going to repeat that, Dealer Synergy clients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the way that I use it for my groups. Okay, and I know that you were instructed by Craig to start your own group and all that other stuff, but let me explain to you how I use this. So if we take one of my clients, which is Tom Rings Brown Dot Kia in Easton, Pennsylvania, what I do is I don't ask. I make all of my dealers sign up everybody in their department. So this is a single point Kia store, but yet they have 22 employees that are on here. This is a big store. They got a big BDC. They've got about 14 internet reps and BDC reps. The rest are managers. So if you look here, and we open this up, these are all their appointment setters. So let's say, for example, we take this girl, Jessica. Every time Dealer Synergy does any type of phone coaching or phone training, we fill out the report, and we place it here. And as you see here, there's a bunch of reports that are just for this one person. So this is just one person's recap. So instead of me, you guys are a training company like I am, so instead of me doing an hour training and then just sending them an email and hoping it stays one place, I've turned Automotive Internet Sales into a training hub. So again, every one of my phone coachings and phone trainings are here. Now, it's not only for this one person, but it's for all of the different appointment setters. On top of that, there's 2 different pages of all the employees' information here. So not only do we keep in their own private group all of the phone coaching's phone trainings, let me go back. On top of this, if you see here, this is their private group. Nobody in the Automotive Internet Sales, front end can see this. Only people that are in this private group, and the only people allowed in this private group are employees of Brown Dot Kia. And this video, so like we're on a GoToMeeting, watch this. So, okay, everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and I'm doing a group webinar on internet sales, phone sales training, and I just kind of went through the automotive internet sales community to try to sync up the coordinators with other automotive. I'm getting a point here. So then what I'm doing is from ABC. Here you go. So basically this was a 41-minute webinar I did with Brown Dot Kia. But I recorded it. I video recorded it, and when I was done, I uploaded this custom video I did for them to their back-end page. On top of that, what we're also doing, if you look here, my company we do mystery shopping, we do call monitoring, we do phone training, and phone coaching. So everyone, and we started this in May, so every time we do a mystery shop report on their phones, internet phone calls or incoming phone ups, all of their MP3 audios are recorded here, all the reports. So if you take a look at this, we actually fill out a report card based on their quantitative and qualitative measures of the phone calls. So we literally monitor their phone calls, and the reports are here. The reason why I'm showing AutoMax this is that I want you to understand the people that come here, we get way more for the amount of members. We've only got 2,200 members, but for the amount of members, we have way higher interaction, like pound for pound than any of these other sites combined. And the reason is that it's not primarily for the public. So try to imagine of the 2,200 members that are on here, I'd say about 80% of them are Dealer Synergy clients. So what happens is we make, it's part of our Dealer Synergy training, every single one of our dealers has to log in almost on a daily basis to their private group to check their reports. So try to imagine you're one dealer, you're Brown Dog Kia, you've got 14 appointment setters. That means, and we do literally 2 different personal phone coaching sessions per month times 14. On top of that, we are mystery shopping and we're doing call monitorings. So on a weekly, weekly basis, we're doing mystery shopping, call monitoring, phone coaching, phone training, and that's all stored on the private group. By you all having presence on this site, not just the back end, do you understand that there's a lot of interaction from my dealers? So let me just digress really quick from this site to explain Dealer Synergy. I am a national training consulting company. I build internet and BDCs. I charge dealers a tremendous amount of money up front, and then I have residual contracts. So the reason why I want to get you excited about this is that it's not in vain. When you just sign up just a random new hire to here, but you don't put any blog posts or any articles that are on there, I don't know how much intrinsic value that is. And I know Craig or Ernie, can one of you guys speak up? I think that you have a certain rule that you don't want them posting on the site without it clearing through AutoMax. Is that correct? Ernie?
Yeah.
Okay, or Craig. So what I would like you guys to do is to understand that however you get permission is that if I were you, I'd want to turn around and make sure that there is substance and content on here, if not, but for prospecting purposes. All right, so that's the first thing, is the groups. Now, besides the Dealer Synergy client groups that are here, there's different groups for all different stuff. I mean, like, again, we've got, if you want showroom sales, there's a showroom sales group. If you want search engine optimization, there's search engine optimization. If there's search engine marketing, there's search engine marketing. So there's a featured group. There's over 138 groups. The way that I personally use the groups are to categorize things. So again, everything in search engine optimization is all about SEO. There's a group about online reputation, and then obviously there's the individual dealer groups. I've got several different ideas, but I know that Ernie and Craig have got ideas how you could use your group. But my personal recommendation is that if you turn around and you start a group, you could either do one or two things, in my opinion. And, this is all up to Craig and Ernie, but, either A, you could do what I'm doing and create a dealership, group. So I know that you have it. So if you've got a dealership group, anytime you have new hires in there, you could put them in there. Or what you could do is create your own private group. So I don't know all of you by name, but I know that like Bob Gaber, for example, I know him, and he's communicated through me through social media. So a couple things that you could do, Bob, potentially is maybe have a Bob Gaber group, so all of your trainees from the different stores are in there. That's one option. The other option is to segment it or segregate it to individual stores. I really don't care which one, but either way. But what you want to be able to do is when you create these groups, I'm gonna look in here for the Stewart group. I don't know who did this one. Okay, so so this is the Stewart group that's over here. What there's no content that I'm seeing here. What you want to be able to do is, if this is a dealership, I would recommend that you, basically, and this is John Tracy started this group, you have the logo of the dealership. If you don't have graphic ability, it'll be my pleasure. Just email me. Email Sean at Dealer Synergy or Tech at Dealer Synergy, and we could throw up a couple logos. We've done it for some of you guys already at AutoMax. The other thing is that once, you have the group, you need to turn around. The way that this works is this, okay? To join the group, let's say John Tracy started this group called Stewart Group. Okay, the way that this works is I suggest that you make this a private group. That way it's only people that are from the Stewart group could see what's going on. It's a private group. So if it's a private group, what happens is you need to turn around and be a friend. You have to be friends with somebody for them to be able to be invited to the group. So let me just go to here. This might be confusing, but don't forget that we're recording this stuff. So let's say I go to Jim right here. I go to this guy, Jim, right? Over here it says request sent. This says send friend request. Unless, like right now, Jim is technically not a friend of Sean Bradley, so I cannot invite him to a private group. Even though, forget about Sean owning the site, it doesn't matter. It's like Mark Zuckerberg. You can't really, because of privacy laws, go and see other people's stuff. So for me, I can't turn around and make this guy part of it. So if I wanted Jim to join the Stewart group and I was the owner of the Stewart group, I would have to friend request Jim or have Jim friend request me. Once we're friends, then when I go back to the group, I'm going to take you to the group.
That answers my question.
Yeah, that's why we're having this meeting. So that's the first thing. Once I take you back into the group, let's go to the Stewart group. Watch what happens. Okay, so step 1 is that I started the group. Step 2 is that I need to join the group. Now, again, you know what? I got to use one of my own groups. I apologize, guys. So I'm in Brown Dab Kia. Like one of my employees started this. So you see where it says invite? So this is my group. Now what happens is if I want to invite anybody to this group, it takes me to here. The only problem is that these are all my friends. I personally have about 680 friends, or approximately, out of the 2,200, people that are on the site. So I could only invite people that are in my friend network to that group. So that's what you want to do. So step 1 is start the group. Step 2 is make sure that you have. Okay, so make sure that you have, and there's a lot of noise over there, so if you guys can mute whoever's making that noise, if you can mute your mic, please. Okay, so again, step 1 is to start the group. Step 2 is make sure that whoever you want in the group, you are either friends with them on Automotive Internet Sales, or they friend request you. Once you're friends, you can invite them to the group. And this is all you got to do is, do this. The other thing, I don't know if you guys know this, if you have a group that's just about you, so Bob Gaber, for example, or Craig Lockard, there's different ways that you can invite people. If you can invite them if they're members of the site. But let's say you've got a Gmail account, you've got a Yahoo account, you've got a an email database, or you've got a CSV file, you've got a spreadsheet. Let's say you've got prospects, you've got leads. Okay, whoever, do me a favor, please. Somebody's moving around. They're making a tremendous amount of noise.
Yeah, is there a way you can mute all of us, Sean?
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, but no problem. But then nobody can ask questions. I'm gonna mute everybody now.
I know. But then when you do.
Done. Everybody's muted. Okay. If anybody has any questions, just do me a favor and type them in into the the message box. So to go from here, now guys, this is actually really powerful. If I was an AutoMax trainer, I've been learning a lot from Craig and Ernie. Is that you guys are entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? What you want to be able to do is develop your own network. So I could see there's a possibility I mentioned before of having 2 types of groups. Maybe one group is for the individual dealership that you're training for or that you hired for, and that's great. The other thing is if you had a Bob Gaber group or a Sean Bradley group, again, clear it through Craig or Ernie first. But then again, it's your private group. You know what I mean? And I don't know about the conflicts if it's not an AutoMax group, but if it was me and I had 2,200 people, I would create content. I would put content on here. So again, there's nothing wrong with you inviting your people to your private group. Don't worry if you turn on and start your own group. Let's say you started the Bob Gaber group or the Craig Lockard group, and you made it, there, everybody that you invite that's from your own Google account, your Yahoo account, or your own email database, those are your people. Just so we're clear, I don't get them or Automotive Internet Sales doesn't get them. If you delete your group, everybody that you brought to the group leaves with you. So I don't want anybody to feel like if they put people on here and they decide to leave, then they give up all their people. These are your people. This is your private group. So for me, as the creator of this is way bigger than me at this point. Right now, what I want to be able to do is create a big community on here, to share information, like a mini CNN, a mini Facebook. Okay, so now I think I've touched the groups. If anybody has any questions specifically about the groups, please ask the questions through right here. Now I'm going to go on to the next couple parts of this. What's really important is I want you to understand the layout of the content. Okay, so this is the member directory. Again, right here, this is actually the AutoMax dealer synergy channel. So this is something that's a thing in the making. This is the new board that that we did in partnership with AutoMax, and there's still a lot more coming. Craig and I are still scoping this out, but this is an AutoMax job board that's right here. Okay. Now, other than this, you know, this is the main blog point. Every Monday, I do a series called Make Money Mondays, and it's funny. I just did one, How to Maximize Automotive Internet Sales, and I just dropped it yesterday. This is Craig talking about the car jobs online, but pretty much I have a ton of people that are posting subject matter information. Again, it's subject matter information. Okay, I got a question right here from somebody. Can you send messages to everyone in your group at the same time? Steve Wise, yes, you can. Let me go back to that, Steve, in just a second. I just saw that was there. Let me just finish this right here. I have a tremendous amount of people that are posting. You know, for example, if you look over here, Jim Ziegler, very famous guy, he posts constantly on here. I've got general managers. I got GSMs. What I would say, to be honest with you, this is a call for Craig to make the call or Ernie to make the call, because I know that they want to be, they want to just keep the integrity of the brand. But I got to say, Craig, my opinion is this. I would love content. Maybe what you can do, and this is just a suggestion, at the end of the day, you know, Craig needs to approve this, is that if you guys want to post content, I don't know what your backgrounds are, but if some of you have backgrounds in sales management, F&I, service, you all are recruiters and trainers, so you have information. So if you've got an article or if you've got a post that you want to post, maybe what you do is you send it to Craig and to me for approval. And if Craig says it's okay, okay, great. Craig just says that we want and encourage content. Okay, that's news for me because I haven't seen any content posted from AutoMax trainers. Guys, I want to just tell you, this is not a waste of your time. I got to tell you, I'm going to show you something right now. I've got prospects coming to me off of this site. I'm going to show you one example right here in the discussions. This is a dealer principal. Performance standards. This is a true story. This, you could even look at the date. Okay, so I had this guy out of the blue post right over here. Where is it? His name's no, this is not it. Hold on, where is it? Okay, he took it off from here. This post, no, here it is. Performance standards. This guy's John Roberts. Okay, look at this right here. The post came in on May 16th at 10:40 a.m. So this is legitimate, okay? This is a dealer principal. John Roberts posted this. I have two guys, boom, boom, boom. Look how fast I was on it. 9 minutes later, I was on it 5 minutes later, but it took me like 4 minutes to write this out. I actually wrote this out, and I gave him my number. I promise you, the dealer principal that I've never met before, never knew him, wasn't a dealer synergy client. He was just a member on the site. Within like 10 minutes, I was talking to this guy right here. And I've got a deal for $30,000 up front and X amount of dollars a month in residuals with this guy to do training. Proposals already sent. These social media sites are gold mines to be able to market and network. You got to understand though, is that you got to look at this like it's a bank account. You can't just go into the bank and withdraw money without depositing into the bank. You know, I call it the emotional bank account. You can't just pull and pillage and just try to get deal after deal or lead after lead out of here if you don't deposit into it. So Craig says here in his post that he wants and encourages content. I beseech you, you should be doing content on different things. I would post, you know, in here, but there's also the private groups. If you guys want to start a private group that's other, you know, just again, I encourage you to do so. But just realize, don't waste your time and have like 12 different private groups. I would create a private group and grow your group. It's like growing a mini website. Think of this like the mothership, okay? So I'm going to go back to Steve Wise's comment really quick. He said, "How, you know, can you send group messages?" Absolutely. I'm going to go back into my group right here. I'm going to show you the brown dot Kia. Okay, there's options right here. Okay, you can even charge for the group, by the way, which is funny. So yeah, you can monetize your groups. Don't get into that though. You can add page, manage group members, features, invites. I'm trying to look my groups. Discussion, add a discussion, add comment, send message to group. There it is. I was looking for it. So you see this right here. You could send a message with one button to the entire group. Okay, so yes, you could message Steve Wise, everybody in the group. So what I encourage you to do is also you could have separate pages. So as you see here, this is the main page. There's all these discussions. Now, for me, I'm using this for my dealer synergy clients. Think about that. I own a national training company, and I have like hundreds and hundreds of active dealers. Do we have content control? Yes. But you got to understand something. You know, there's two umbrellas, Bob Gaber, that you have. Bob Gaber's question is, do we have content control? Absolutely, but there's editors. Just like, you know, there's censorship, there's stuff like that. You know, we've got to be professional. So as the owner of Automotive Internet Sales, we don't want to slam anybody. We don't want to slam competitors. We don't want to slam dealerships. We don't want to complain. We don't want to mother F people. We don't want to do any of that stuff. We are developing a professional community. This is not Facebook. This is more like LinkedIn than it is Facebook. So we want to encourage people. We want to be positive. So that's the first thing. Second is that, you know, you have certain guidelines being under the AutoMax umbrella. So I would suggest that you speak to Craig, you know, or Ernie about what they want to have there for brand integrity. But in my opinion, you know, what you want to do is post content. And here's my advice, guys, okay? And I'm telling you this. I write for 13 different national magazines. I'm an NADA convention speaker. I'm a 20 group speaker. I have my own 20 group. I'm a JD Power speaker. I'm a state association speaker. I do all that for free for one reason, to get the exposure and the credibility. So if I were you, young entrepreneurs, metaphorically speaking, and trainers, I would want to post content that basically puts you in a light as, you know, as experts. Okay, it says, Sean, check my question about our trainers posting. Okay, I see a lot of questions coming through. Just let me finish my sentence and I'll go through all the questions. So again, you should post content that's going to put you in the light of being, you know, a subject matter expert. Okay, I got a ton of questions here. Let me start from the top. Give me a second. Okay, Craig says, also, AutoMax Recruiting and Training has its own group. Be a good idea to post through our group. Wouldn't you agree, Sean? Yes, I 100% agree. Okay, AutoMax has got a group here. Guys, here's what the thing is, and I want to make sure you understand this. There's more value under the umbrella. Okay, I'm telling you this right now. It's better to create a group that has, you know, 100 members in the group or 50 members in the group than having 10 groups that have 3 members or 5 members, okay? So again, you know, what I would say is this, is that in my opinion, I think it's way better for the AutoMax trainers to find the AutoMax group here. Okay, so here's the AutoMax group. There are 19, you know, members. First and foremost, everybody, you know, from AutoMax should be in this group. Okay, once you're in this group, you know, I got Greg Gershom is on here that's posting, Craig Locker's on here. I would suggest that you all post on here. And Craig, my opinion to you is, I don't know if this is a private group or a public group, okay? But, you know, I would suggest that this AutoMax group, you know, should have a version that's a public group. And what you should talk about is everything recruiting and training and all that stuff should be here. Now, on top of that, I think you guys should definitely be posting, you know, in the main groups. The more that you're active by commenting on each other, the more that you're active, you know, by posting and leaving information and asking questions and answering questions, that's what it's about, is that you are being part of the community. Okay, I'm going to go to the next question here. Do have content control, exactly. Okay, when you send a group message, do they only see it when they are logged in, or does it go to email or cell phones? I believe it goes through the email account. Okay, so Steve Y's question was, when you send out a group message, do they only see it when they are logged in, or does it go to the email? I believe you're sending a message to the group, so it's going to go to the email. Like for me, as the owner of the site, I'm sure if you guys are all members, you get a ton of messages from me. I basically, that's why I don't really care about my friends on there, because all 2,200 members are technically my friends. When I post a message, I post it to the whole network. So you're doing that on a smaller scale, Steve. Okay, Ralph has a question. Can members of the group post information on the site? Can the members of the group? Yes, because you can only become a member of the group if you're a member of the site, Ralph. So yes, they can. Okay, Sean, check my messages. Now, here's the other thing that I want to give you tools for you to become more successful, guys. Okay? Now, you see where it says Dealer of the Month? My God, you guys should be pounding my phones. You should be emailing the crap out of me to highlight your success stories. You want to know? I'm going to show you something. You know why I get so much business? I own a multi-million-dollar company, okay? And how do I do that? I'm going to show you something. And I'm sure this is how Craig is successful as well. Hold on. It's my own private site, but I'm going to show you it's the same thing here. If you look at these are all the covers of the magazines that I'm on and all my credentials. I have more national cover stories than any other company in the entire automotive industry. I've got more success stories, and I've been on more covers of all the different magazines, not just Auto Success, but Digital Dealer, Auto Dealer Monthly, Dealer Marketing Magazine, Dealer Principal, blah, 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 blah. People want to be part of people that are successful and that are getting that money. Do you know what I mean? So again, here's a way that you all could turn around and create a huge, huge win-win for yourselves, your individual businesses as AutoMax recruiters and trainers, and for AutoMax brand itself. Is look, Dealer of the Month. What you can do is you can highlight a success story. Now, for me, I want the content. They don't have to be Dealer Synergy clients. For example, I'm going to show you an example of a Dealer Synergy client. This is a true story. This is a current Dealer Synergy client for years, over 3 years. We took this internet department from doing 50 internet sales a month to 142. They're down about 80, but they got to 142. This is an internet appointment setter, right? These are real numbers. This guy does 131 make-or-take phone calls in a day, 2,892 phone calls in a month, 640 connections, 201 appointments, 134 showed, 76 deliveries. This is freaking ridiculous. He doesn't sell the cars. He's a BDC rep. But now, so what we can do at Automotive Internet Sales is, if you've got a success story, if you trained or recruited somebody that's now a 20, 30, 40 car guy or girl, or you've done something that somebody has some huge success, let me know, let Craig know, and what we will do is we will put them in queue to be the success story of the month. Because what happens is, once they become the success story of the month, okay, we will set up an interview. I will set up an interview with you and your dealer, and we will set up this GoToMeeting, and watch. I will create like a little blog post here on the site, and we will record the video. So this is that guy you just saw. Look at this. We basically, okay, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and I am on the phone. So I basically highlighted a massive success story, but I didn't just stop there. On top of highlighting the massive success story, I basically turned around and created a blog post for content. I did a 23 video interview. So let's make this real. Let's say you just did a class, and you've got like 10 people in there, and within 90 days, somebody's already selling 15, 18 cars, or broke 20 cars in 6 months. That's a hell of a story. What we would do is I would create a beautiful graphic, making them the dealer or the success story of the month. It could be you, it could be your client, and a picture of you as the trainer, a quote from you, the success story, the details. We set up a video GoToMeeting like we're doing right now. We video the interview and put it there. Now watch this, guys. Once I take this, I've got a profound network. Okay, so when we go here, let's go to LinkedIn. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a ton of groups that I'm a part of in LinkedIn. So what I do is I turn around and I go like this. These are the groups that I own right here. and then I go to this group. This group has got 35,000 members. I take that success story. I'm doing this live, literally live. I drop this in here. I click attach, and bam, look at this. I drop that to 35,000 people, and I do that with all my groups. So this is part of what we do on a marketing level, is not only does it go to the 2,200 members here that I send an email, but then I just turn on and drop this into each group. I go down the line. Boom, 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 boom. I've got over 200,000 members, you know, in my personal groups that I'm a part of. So your success story goes through there. Then I hit Facebook. And then in my Facebook, everybody know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am extremely popular on Facebook. I've got in my personal network about 4,000. I get more interaction on my personal Facebook than I do anything else. So then I drop it in my Facebook, okay? And then I go to here. I've got a Facebook for Dealer Synergy, Internet Sales 20 group. Me and Ralph Paglia are partners. I've got an automotive. I got a you know an ADM success right here. So look at this. This is Ralph Paglia's ADM Facebook, and I could post my success story right there. And it's posted. I just did it live. You know what I mean? Right in front of you guys. So my point is the network, it all starts here. The content needs to start here. Craig says, hope you guys are seeing and getting this. This is huge info. Guys, this is really, 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 really huge. Okay? Because you're not going to just sell to nobody. You need to be visible. And through this network here that me and Craig are building, you know, it really is going to be reaching tens and hundreds of thousands of people. It might not reach directly from here first, but once things are posted here, I what's called syndicate them. I syndicate all this information through all the LinkedIn groups, all the Facebook groups, on Twitter, and to all the other entities that I'm part of. And then on top of that, I send emails to my clients of success. So again, we could go on, and I already know, Craig, that about 3 people have jumped off. I know we're getting late, so I'm gonna keep going. All right. So not only do you have the Dealer of the Month success stories, there's free resources here. Your events. So, and this is something, Craig, I want you to get better with, or your team to get better with, is anytime, you know, Craig, you're speaking at an event, whether it's a Dealer Synergy event or not, put it on the calendar. I'm okay with it. Look at this, guys. If you're gonna, it has to be an event. It can't be just a small training. You know, so if you're speaking at AutoCon or Digital Dealer or Internet Sales 20 Group or the State Association or any of those type of things, you should add the event here. If you want to do a webinar, guys, that's the other thing that you could do. You could do a webinar right through this tool. I could set you guys up with a webinar where you want to get all your clients on to do a webinar. You could schedule a webinar here. And what happens is, what I will do, if you're part of this community, I will support the AutoMax events or support the events that the AutoMax executives are speaking at. The different groups. Here's something that's a cool tip that you know, you guys, I've got a lot of play on this. I wrote an article for Auto Success magazine that went out to over 100,000 people read the article, but it's one of the most powerful articles I've ever written. I've got like literally over 500 different you know, personal email messages from dealers, and I created a webinar, and this webinar, you know, KPA hosted, and on the webinar, you know, this was literally, I did a webinar, and this is what's crazy, about 500 plus dealers signed up for this webinar. On top of having the 500 plus dealers that signed up for this webinar, after I did the webinar, I uploaded it to YouTube. I got over 3,000 views on this, and it's a legitimate thing. These are not like fake reviews or views. This is legitimate. This is a huge, you know, video that I did. You know, I was a 30-car salesperson, and I kind of, you know, did this whole way. And you guys should check this out, especially, you know, being in showrooms and like that. It's free. And what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to encourage, you know, your dealers, your clients to go here, even not just your trainees, but all the dealers. The more people that you get to this community that you could get to join your group, that's email addresses, phone numbers, that's ways to communicate and be part of it. We all know, folks, the #1 form of communication is social media on the planet. Facebook is the #1 website and Google. It goes back and forth. But, you know, part of Google's success is not just Google.com, but it's Google Plus. It's their social network and their circles and all that other stuff. I'm telling you, what you want to do as a trainer and as an automotive professional, as an entrepreneur, is grow your brand, grow your visibility, and you can't just do it through email marketing. You want to do it through social interaction. And look at how much you guys asked me already, you know what I mean, in these questions. Think about what you guys can do having this platform. Think of this like Facebook or CNN or LinkedIn combined. But here's the catch. Craig and I are partners. That means that I'm partners with you and all you guys. I will be able to help you in any way that you want. My goal is to make you successful. This is a win-win. It's not all about me, all about Craig. It's about us. It's about creating a win-win-win. A win for us, a win for the dealers, you know what I mean, and a win for the future prospects. Think about that. You know, it's a win for us, you know what I mean, to network with these people and be relevant and be seen as a subject matter expert, but it's also a win for these dealers. And the reason why it's a win is this is all free information. Now, I'm going to show you one last thing. I'm going to open up to questions before I lose all you guys because we lost like 4. Okay, the other cool thing is if you're a member here, only if you're a member do you have access to the media. There are over 600 videos here. For example, if you type in phone sales, there's, you know, this is like a Google bar, but it's for the site. If you look on here, there's phone sales. You could type in phone process, objections, rebuttals, time management, organization, any subject matter information, any bit of information that you want or your prospects or clients want, all they got to do is search for it to here. Watch, if you turn on and do objections, so if you just wanted to figure out how to overcome objections or handle price, look at this. There's video handling. It's all here. So what that also means is that you guys can upload videos. You could upload images. I would say videos are great. And these are free videos. And this is you. So if you want to upload videos of you training at a dealership, if you want to upload videos of objections or rebuttals, if you want to open up videos of, you know, your thoughts, as long as they're professional and they perpetuate success, you could go here. Look, there's 653 videos that are on here. So you could upload pictures, you could upload videos, you could upload infographics, you could upload articles, you could upload blog posts. So again, this is a full-fledged community with thousands of members and tens of thousands of views and traffic that we're trying to grow and build. With that, that concludes my quick overview, because I know you guys got a lot to do. I'm going to unmute you all, and then I'm going to open it up to questions, okay, that you can answer me directly with that text. So on 3, 2, 1, you guys are unmuted.
All right. First of all, hey, Sean, it's Craig.
Okay.
Sorry about I was late getting on there. I was having some technical issues. You guys, you know, we've talked about things similar to the information you just have seen, but obviously not from the creator of one of these sites. It's always been third party, either through myself or David Johnson. I truly hope that you guys, first of all, Sean, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. And the information's dynamite.
My pleasure.
Gentlemen, this is just, it's as simple as what we've talked about ad nauseum for years. It is the difference between a single piece of twine and its lack of strength as compared to multiple strings of twine put together to form a rope. That's what this is. This is a rope, and if we together, AutoMax as a group together, can get our minds and our efforts around just this one thing and do exactly what Sean just said, the multiples of this are ridiculous. The payback and the abundance that can be realized from this is nutty. Your careers, you guys know how it works. We got to put in the time. And Sean said something that we talked about before. It's a matter of making a deposit into your social media bank via this platform, and you got to do that before you can take any withdrawals out of it. You need to make deposits. This is not a crazy amount of time. This is a matter of creating content, loading it, share the LinkedIn into your groups there. A ridiculously great idea, Facebook and so on, Twitter. Most of you guys are on most of that stuff. But let's stop screwing around with this, fellas. The ability to again, these are your own businesses within the AutoMax family. To have to worry or think or even to consider about having to call Ernie on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Where am I going? What are the expenses? How many people do I need? Blah, blah, blah. This helps eliminate that. So, let's really put forth a real effort. Make a commitment to do this. This is, a synergistic situation. So, guys, Sean's taking the time to put this together for us, and it's appreciated. But, fellas, please, and again, I don't care how much time I got to spend with any of you at all. If you don't get something, call me, write me, text me. I will spend as much time as you need walking you through this stuff. That most of this I know how to do. If I don't, I'll find help. But just reach out to me and let me help you do this properly.
Craig, can I add one thing?
You can do nothing but help.
Craig, can I add something real quick?
Please.
Okay, guys, I want to just also let you know something, and you might be surprised at this. It took me over 3 years and probably over $100,000+ cash to build this site. And you ready for this? I don't monetize the site. I make $0 from the site. I don't sell any banner ads on here. I'm not saying I'm not ever going to do that. You know what I mean? And I might start doing that in the future. But in the last 3 years and up to today, and in the near future, I've never monetized the site. So not like all the graphics, all the content, all the videos, the years that I put into this, listen to me, is free. I've done this for free because of how much credibility and how much I've been able to reach from it. It's way better. So I don't want you to think like you guys are building something and I'm making money or Craig's making money on this. I'll tell you right now, the only thing that is even remotely close to making any money, and we're still far away from that, is probably the job board. But I've invested 3.5 years into building the site and a ton of money in graphic design and video production and website design, all because I believe that if you build it, they shall come. So I didn't mention that before. I want you guys to know this is literally a free site, and everybody, my direct competitors, everybody's welcome to come here. I hope that gives you a little more insight on how much I love this and believe in it, because I'm doing it for free. I'm doing it, and it's costing money to do it because I believe in it. Okay? Thank you again for your time.
All right, guys, thanks. These guys got to they got interviews